much more. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Yeah.
First Stream Podcast. Yeah. Q Denton. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First Stream Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests. Join us. You should chime in. Houdini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet a million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle about it.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. And the most important part is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Let's bring in the squad right now. They're all running a little late. You know, me, myself, and I was a little late getting back in here. Lady A, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Oh, you forgot to hit the mute button.
Wait, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, I'm wonderful.
Did you hit the cancellation button?
What do you mean?
Echo.
Oh, I'll fix it.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. There we go. All right. So how was your weekend?
Pretty good. Here it was kind of cold. So
okay. So listen, this is what happened on Sunday.
Yes, do tell.
A FedEx pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, no. I'm not answering that. I'm not paying no fines this week. I was really good. Fines. Okay. Let's bring in Doc Walker now, because we're just going to skip right over those fines. How are you, Doc?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Look, Lady A be issuing fines out to us.
Yes.
And it just be, you see a FedEx truck and you like, I'm not doing it. Lady A is not going to get me today.
Yeah, you're going to sign for it.
Hey, I made him leave the package outside. Just leave the package there. Like, if they'd have said they need my signature, he'd have been out there for a while, because I wasn't signing for no fines. Not this weekend. I was like, I did a great job.
Somebody's got to run you guys, man. Y'all, and where's the cowboy? Will he retire till next season?
He's running a little late. He's running a little late. So is the Bulldog. They both running a little late today, but they'll be here as soon as possible.
Doesn't surprise me about the cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, Doc, we're gonna get into the question of the month, but first, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. So we got Dump Truck Don in the building. He's first, and he said, "Hey, I'm first in the building. I arrived. I beat Bruce Glass."
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard from Don. I thought I'd hear from Don this week. No Don. I was surprised because they lose every year, but he's always stood up. And then this is the first year that he has been a no-show, but it's cool.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I have a question from Don that we had today that I'm gonna pose to you. So me and Don spent about maybe an hour on the phone today. Droopy's in the building. He said, "What's up?" And then there's Bruce Glass.
Hey,
right?
Bruce.
And then our guy
Ron
Graves is in the building. He said, "What's up, my people?" Right. So you guys, make sure you guys let everybody know that Doc is here on First String Podcast. Doc, so the question of the month goes a little bit like this. Name your top 5 Super Bowl teams of all time. Name your favorite top 5 Super Bowl teams of all time. So mine goes like this. The 85 Chicago Bears, they Super Bowl shuffled their way to greatness. The 82 Washington Redskins, you Riggo, that 4th and 1. The 91 Redskins, the offensive line was amazing. Single-digit sacks throughout the year, gave up a couple in the playoffs. the Baltimore Ravens, when they played the New York Giants with the back-to-back kickoff returns. I got a little bit of a personal interest in that because my friend Jermaine Lewis returned that kick for the Ravens. And then there was the 49ers when they played the Cincinnati Bengals with the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Lady A.
So for my list, I had the 87 Skins, the 2000 Ravens, the 78 Steelers. Surprisingly, on my list is the 2008 Giants, and of course, the 72 Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that I was at, Super 17 is one, obviously.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was at I saw the Ravens win in Miami. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ravens with Ray Lewis, one of my favorite teams, so similar to all Ravens teams.
Right.
Ravens they are true to form every year. The only thing that keeps them out of it is injuries. Selling the opponent. They are so good at what they do that anybody that didn't try to detract from that program, that's why I like McDonald's so much. If I can get some of that, that's number one with me. The Niners beating the Bengals. I was at that one and seeing Joe Cool and seeing the GOAT. See, when you see a GOAT in the Super Bowl, Jerry, right? I mean, that was to see that, in person. That was great. And then, of course, 91, 87 for the burgundy and gold.
Yep.
And I'm good with that. All of them are so good. But if you're there, there's nothing can top working. I was there because I was working and then playing, but nothing beats it in person. And to see that from that level, second to none.
Right. I love it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Doc. So Don hit me up today and he asked this question. He said, why do we always get lathered up for these coaches? He said, I'm sick of it. Why should I be lathered up for Ben Johnson? Right? Why should I be lathered up? But I said, Don, I understand.
Are we talking about dump truck Don?
Yeah, dump truck Don.
Cowboy Don.
No, not Cowboy Don. Dump truck Don said this.
Okay.
He goes, he said, why should we get all lathered up? We did it for Jim Zorn. We did it for this person. We did it for Ron Rivera. Why should we be all excited as a fan base for Ben Johnson if we get him? Doc, I'm going to ask you that question. Why should we be excited for Ben Johnson if we land that fish?
Well, it depends. If that's your number one choice, then you're excited. I like Baby Belichick. To me,
you're talking about
and
Vrabel.
I think Ben's good. Ben had a top pick in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
The guy down in Slowick, he turned water into wine. He had an Ohio State quarterback.
Mm.
And they went up against the Ravens and didn't get killed. And what he did, the Texans with 3 wins to a championship, it's not even. I think I like my guy to be in leadership positions. And that I just don't know enough about Johnson. He's an offensive guy. I can get people call plays and play with a number one quarterback who's been to a Super Bowl. I'm not flipping over that. I'm flipping over the guy that turned an Ohio State quarterback into a phenom and the way he looked. And I like young man in Baltimore because I want as much Ravens and Niners intel as possible. Mm-hmm. I'm between the organizations. I like what Detroit has done. So if I could get Dan Campbell, then I'm all in because that's the straw that turns the drink there. But I can't get him. So, we'll see what happens. But I don't care whoever they get. They can get whoever they want to get. Just get somebody whenever the time is done and let's move because you got to have players.
Yeah.
We got to get players. You got the bad news Bears now. Hell, Belichick could win what we have. So that coach thing, we got to do it. It's a preliminary deal. Whoever they get, whoever the Bruin picks, we got a legitimate GM now. So whoever he picks, I follow.
Well, way to pump your school there, Doc, because he is a Bruin. What can you tell us? Because this is the first time we had you since Adam Peters has been announced as the GM. What do you know about Adam Peters, Doc?
I just know that you are who you hang around. When you're around the 49ers are as good a business run, like the Packers to me have an outstanding business model. That's why they produce the quarterback, offensive line, always there.
Yeah.
They don't. It's amazing. They're amazing to me in Green Bay. The Niners are a blueprint of what it takes to be first class. It's not like Georgia guys showing up late, and then having an excuse, and then they win 29 straight games, and then they lose, so that's what I'm talking about. The 49ers are a model. They may not win it this year, but they're always in it. Mm-hmm. What Dallas is in the regular season, they are in the postseason.
Yeah.
And that's amazing to me. So if I can get into the way those people think, and I want the Rams, Sean, and the 49ers offense, they run the league. Right. They're the most dominant force. What the Ravens represent defensively, they represent offensively.
Yep.
So that's why I want them two. Those really the only two. Slowick I consider. But I want intel. We got rotted wood. We got bad plumbing. We need everything wiped. So I need a master architect. I don't need a guy that's building his first dollhouse. I need a guy that's built blue blood property. I cannot fail now. So I can't take chances on wannabes. I'm going with blue chip, blue bloods all the way through my program.
Lady A.
Actually, I'm with you, Doc. I was very excited to see him because, when Eric came over, people were raving about his rings and how he was a winner. So it's good to have someone who's used to winning on our team. Well, let's continue that. So when we bring another winner and another winner and another winner, well, then it's going to rub off. Yeah. So I'm really pleased as well. As far as any of the statements that he said, is there anything in particular that stands out? For me, it was, his mindset. He's done quite a few interviews and, he's made a lot of statements so far. Is there anything that stands out as far as his promises or his plans that he?
Well, the only thing I heard, I was listening to, and our market, look, I'm not fans, be fans. Mm-hmm. Half the time you own X or when you're doing something, you're induced with alcohol. So I don't get involved in anything that people make comments on social media or on radio shows. The man said, I'm not an offense or defensive guy. I want the best leader. Mm-hmm. So he could go hire a special teams coach. All the amateurs are crying about no, it's the guy. Yeah. If you get the right guy, Harbaugh was a special teams coach.
Yeah.
And he's kicking everybody's ass. So grow up. Stop passing along information from amateurs. The man told you, I want the best leader. So I trust him. I don't care if he goes on to get a special teams coach.
Doc,
because he's been around a lot of smart people. Bill Walsh is one of the smartest football people I've ever encountered in my life. Uh-huh. That's where he hung out. They're a model instant. You couldn't be better. Getting people, they don't win every year. Nobody does, but they're around it. They're not in last place every year. Yeah. All the guys we get, you end up in last place. The Niners are never in last place. The Ravens had all the injuries last year, and they fumbled. They beat Cincinnati with a backup quarterback with Joe Burrow playing. Come on, y'all, wake up. Yeah. This ain't that complicated. Yep. You don't get a selection in this. You are simply a cheerleader.
That's what I was about to say.
Nothing to do with the mechanics of this. Let them people do their job.
You said you wanted blue bloods, and you got a 49er in your front office. And then if you put and this is what Dump Truck Don was telling me too. He was like, I want the guy from Baltimore. I want the D coordinator from Baltimore.
Yeah. I call him Billy Goat, Baby Belichick. Yeah. I got to imagine that's how Bill was when Bill was his age. This dude has shut down the premier offensive scheme in pro football.
Yeah.
All of them. He skunked Detroit. You think they want to see Baltimore? No, I don't think so.
Went out San Fran and did the same thing.
They do the same. They beat them all. So if they don't win it all, they're highly disappointed.
Right.
Because they've been walking the dog all year. But they impressed me last year with the backup quarterback. I said, what? That's a system. They lose an injury, they lose a lineman. It doesn't kill their season. They had the most injuries of any. Their backfield, all of them was gone. It don't matter. That's what I'm looking at. I want to see us be solid all the way through. Not a party. Like I don't want to be a party like the Cowboys. And the Cowboys is like a Broadway show to me. Or the stadium, it should be in New York because it's like going to a play. And they're phenomenal at it. They're the best in the world at a production.
Mm-hmm.
The production is phenomenal. But the curtain call is they're going to flop. And they're going to do the same thing next year. They're going to do it every year. As long as they're built the way they're built, that's all that can happen.
Sure.
So, it is what it is. I don't want to be them.
Say it.
Okay. Much like Washington, Atlanta's in a similar situation. They're giving Fontenot another chance at continuing the rebuild that's going on in Atlanta. The thing is, like I was telling Pick, they have to identify the head coach so they can figure out a situation what they're going to do with quarterback. I wasn't a fan of Ritter. I wasn't a fan of Ritter in college, so I'm not going to sugarcoat that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the guy has a problem holding the ball. He's a quarterback. He touches all the time. He was leading the league. He was leading the league in turnovers by himself.
Can't win.
So
too hard to win.
Yeah, it's hard to win at that point. The defense can win a lot of those games.
They have talent,
right?
And the front office. I thought Arthur was solid. They had a dominant running game. They got key people. They got pieces. But if that chef don't have on that chef's apron, if it don't have 5 stars on it, the meal gonna be shaky.
So that's where we stand at. They've interviewed everybody, even the Ravens D coordinator got an interview yesterday. So we got to solidify a head coach first before we can do anything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do no what ifs, no wishes, because once the head coach comes in, then offensive coordinator, then we could decide, okay, this is where we need to go, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, got players. That's important. You just got to tighten up some structure, and you got to get somebody, even if it's a veteran.
Yeah.
Somebody in there that's not a liability at quarterback.
Yes.
Don just hit it on the head.
Do I still have that play up?
Don just hit it on the head right here. He just hit it on the head. GM, coach, coaching staff, and scheme. Ready the players to match the scheme. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, I don't.
That's smart.
I don't have it up just still. I was going to show you the play. One of the plays that really irritated me the most about Ritter. I had made a screenshot of it where he was rolling to his left. There are 4 DBs guarding 2 people. There's one person staying by himself. Where do you think he threw the ball?
To the crowd.
Yes.
He did.
It's not his fault. They put him out there. They've been better off with Heineke. Because Heineke gives you a chance. With the tools they had, but again, I didn't follow it enough to even open my mouth. I just know they roster much better than Washington's.
Yeah. Yeah, the number of wins show that. Doc, let's talk about these divisional round games that happened this weekend. Let's start with Houston and Baltimore. Tight game. All 4 games were tight going into halftime, right? The difference in the Baltimore-Houston game was Baltimore made a conscious decision in that second half to shut down that offense. Doc, what did you see from that game?
I loved Houston, and I thought it might be possible if somebody got hurt because, once again, the Ravens always come in with a missing piece, and they're not dynamic at the receiver spot. They're good. They're not dynamic. So I go maybe, but you turn it over against them, you're a dead man walking.
Mm-hmm.
And once Lamar starts running, it's a wrap. They're just toying with you, with him picking you apart. The moment it gets to the point where you open up a lane and you don't have a spy, he's the only human being in the game that I put in Patrick Mahomes' realm. Patrick doesn't run like him, but nobody throws like Patrick, and Patrick's just that dude. But this other guy is competing with him to be that dude. So, interesting.
Yeah.
I took the Ravens. I think the Ravens going to win it all. So, I wasn't shocked. But if they get their tight end back, I pity the fool. Because and they can win without it. That's the other thing why they're
because they got likely. They got likely.
That's what I'm saying. They always have somebody steps up and competes. It's as if Ray Lewis never left with his mentality. They talk differently than any other team in the league. They swarm the ball like a collegiate team. You don't see 9 hats to the ball in the pros. Ravens look, they're giving bonuses if you just get a piece of the guy. It reminds me of awards. Joe Gibbs used to give out awards for you getting in the play or making a hit or just getting contact on. There's nothing like it in the NFL. The Niners get close because they have terrific talent. Another Cowboy late. Dog, the way y'all embarrassing is as embarrassing as y'all are. And you might as well just set it up. So
Hey, Doc, I don't have.
Where to star it? You don't wear your hat no more with the star on it? Last time I was on, you had the star.
I can tell you what I used to wipe myself with.
Oh, you got
You're getting fine.
No,
that's fine.
No, that's a fine.
Commander's uniform.
No, but I'm just saying, where to star at?
I don't claim to be a part of that franchise like that. I don't associate with losing.
No, I'm sorry. I thought I saw in the promo you had on gear.
Yeah. That was from years ago, man. That was
years ago.
Just looking at the promo, you had on gear, and then now you don't have on gear.
My thing is, I was cool with me just having on my nice little outfit with my cigar in my hand.
You look
good.
You look good. Look, I understand. It's still too soon.
But no, Doc. My question, I do got a question though. Just listen to you guys backstage. Could you argue that not having that tight end forced him to progress? Because he relied heavily on him as he always has.
Perfect statement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so he's evolved. You got to give the coordinator a lot of credit. He used it as a pacifier. That was his binky.
Who's that coordinator?
Went to him. Now, but he's evolving. What's scary about this dude, 8? He's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's scary?
Yeah.
Pardon me.
I hope the Ravens win, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I really do.
You know what's scary about that team though is number 3 has yet to show up.
Yeah, but we got to stop thinking he's yet to show up stuff. Yeah, he is who he is at this point.
He can give you one game.
He's giving you one game. He can give you one flashes. He can give you little flashes, but he's never gonna be that guy.
No,
even the best rehabilitation in today's NFL, those injuries still take a toll on your body and what you could have been without.
Legs for a receiver
or everything.
It's like a supermodel's face. Yeah. I don't care. I mean, leg injuries. Yeah. This boy's leg. That's what he is.
Yeah,
but Zay Flowers intermediate. You can't sleep on him, and if you single him, he gonna kill you.
He gonna kill you. That's what I'm saying. If you try to take Zay Flowers out, 3 he will show up.
For 2 weeks. It was for 2 games.
But you know what? Pick another thing is if you go back to Baker Mayfield. If you look at the last couple quarterbacks that he played with, he doesn't really gel well with these quarterbacks, and I don't know what it is.
Right.
It's like that Super Bowl run that he had for that half was about as good as it's got for him since his Giant days. And so I wonder what that is. Because it can't be because of how dynamic he is, and it can't be that all these quarterbacks can't get him the ball. Maybe it's a time thing because he hasn't been anywhere long enough to, lay his hat down since he left the Giants.
It's just like what Doc said. It's his legs. And the last time he was showing out, he was showing out
quarterback
in the Super Bowl.
arm.
He was showing out in the Super Bowl. Dang, it would have probably been the Super Bowl MVP had he kept on that same trajectory before he got hurt. Outdoing Cooper Kupp, then that was 2 years ago. Right now, he only got to give you 2 games in 2 weeks if they get past the Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's talk about the number 1 and the lower seed team from the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Now, Green Bay came in showing that they still had that youth. They still had that energy from pounding the Cowboys the week before. And they brought it all the way with them to San Francisco. No pause, because they did. They really did. I'll take that fine, Lady A.
Yeah.
It looked like for a while that Brock Purdy absolutely played terrible. He couldn't hold the ball.
Blew it. They blew the game.
There you go, Doc. There you go.
Say it again, Doc.
You can't miss a pick six, field goal. The game was theirs.
Yep.
Once Debo went out, wrap, and they couldn't do it. And it should be Detroit. We should be back in the Motor City with the Packers going there, and it would have been a party in Detroit. It would have been since Motown was going. The place would have been unbelievable because Green Bay, they gave it away. 49ers are excellent, but they weren't that game. You can call it rain, Purdy. Purdy looked like a mummy. Now he regained consciousness because they have so many weapons. And Fred Warner was a phenom.
Yeah,
and how much he disrupted. A linebacker, I'm going, since we had none. When I see a linebacker playing, I'm going, oh my God. So that's what it looked reminded. I'm going, oh, okay. And the dude's unbelievable. So Green Bay they're gonna hate this offseason. Yeah. Ain't no woulda, coulda, shoulda. They were positioned well. And you leave a champion on the ropes that way, Niners gonna get you. But that's the way it goes, man. I'm telling you, Green Bay, oh boy, they blew it.
Yeah.
They blew it, but that's the way it goes.
It's like they fell off that fourth quarter.
And okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they fell off that fourth quarter. The third quarter, they were on fire. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they gassed out or what happened, but
Niners happened.
Quarter.
McCarthy happened.
That's what I was saying.
Happened. Ayuk happened.
Yeah.
Trent Williams happened. They loaded. I mean, it's just like you don't always play your best in the best game, big game. But if you got studs, that's the determining factor is your best players have to ball out when you get in trouble. And that's what they did. And just like the Ravens, we haven't seen the Ravens even tested.
Scratch the surface yet.
You have no idea what could happen.
Yeah.
So, and all that being said, the GOAT's going there. So it's epic. They could sell this game. If they want to do that pay-per-view game, then they can't do it. But had they done that,
this would have been the one.
Whatever it's called, Peacock.
Yeah.
That game would have sold out. It'd have been more than a Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, they can't do it. They couldn't do it on Peacock because the Royal Rumble is Sunday.
It's on there.
That's right.
It's Sunday.
I want to see both of them play.
Yeah.
But I just want to know how good can the Ravens can they peak? Can they really go all cylinders out and get this thing and get it? And then the GOAT. See, that's the thing about him. They've been above average all year. They go to Buffalo and just click on, game on. No drops, maybe one penalty. They've been unorganized. They played sloppy. They missed EB's being a jerk. I call it rent-a-jerk. They had nobody out there getting after them. Everybody hugging them, licking them like an ice cream cone. And that's what happened. And that's exactly what happened.
That's my kind of setup.
Is that my kind of setup?
What?
Hey,
did you see Lady A's face? Did you see Lady A's face?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want the real deal. That's what went down.
Hey.
Everybody kissing you behind, and all of a sudden they can't catch, they can't block. You need to have EB. These sissies here, they complaining he's doing all this. That's why they in last place.
Yeah.
And they had a locker room full of losers. That's why they had to get rid of them, get rid of that staff, get rid of all of them that you can.
Yeah,
and restart it all over again.
They
Anytime grown-ass men making a fortune, bitching about what time they come to work, and you in last place, I'm sorry I even brought it up. I swore I wasn't going to even bring them up.
See it going. All right. Doc, let's talk about our Sunday games now. We had Detroit and Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield seems to have found his swagger. Todd Bowles was doing his thing.
He never lost it.
He's with the right team. Seems to be the right coaches. Yeah. He seems to be with the right coaches now, and that team that believes in Baker Mayfield. And a lot of that is what's needed to help you achieve what you possibly can, your potential, your full potential. Detroit, it just seems to be their year. They buying into their coaching staff and what they have going on. Tell us what you saw in that game, Doc.
Everything you just described. The offensive line, Detroit. Campbell, I saw the what's the program they feature all the losers in?
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. So I had stopped watching it because I got sucked in like everybody else. Like, what the hell am I doing watching them profile? Hell, I see it every week. I live in a town winning last place team. The hell am I gonna watch somebody go through it? So I stopped watching for years, and I tuned back in. And I saw Campbell. And then I saw all the staff. He had about 6 ex-NFL players on his staff. And I saw the way they were hitting. And I saw the way they camp look. It didn't look nothing like the camp I've been at.
Right.
And I said, oh, they got something going. Here's football. They're actually practicing football. They're talking like football teams talk. And I thought, oh, my goodness. And then they came out last year when they beat Aaron and the Packers in Green Bay and took them out the playoffs and send they behind home.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? Not only do they believe, they got skill. And they got a quarterback. Mm-hmm. They got receivers. And when they drafted the kid out of Alabama, the back?
Yeah, Gibbs.
2 people took backs. Atlanta took a back. They took a back. I said, go on with your bad stuff. That's football. You got to have a bell cow. And both of them have it. And they dude is a freak. Everybody going, why they doing that? I said, that's why y'all stick to fantasy. Let the real thing go on because you don't get it. It's football.
Yeah, I know somebody that was sick when they drafted a running back. Sick.
Lady A?
No, not Lady A. Lady A, you point the other way. You point
Keep going.
Bulldog?
Yep.
Ain't no way Bulldog is pissed off about a running back.
He was, Doc. He was Doc. He was upset.
He was mad.
Who'd you want? Who'd he want for Atlanta?
Who'd I want?
Yeah.
They're about 2 years late. They traded Matt Ryan too late.
Who did you want him to take instead of the back?
Who did you want for them to take instead of the back last year?
You said,
we should have took Jalen Carter last year. Defensive line.
Carter, defensive line at the Eagles.
We should have took defensive line.
I can't argue that. I just don't know how Carter, his behavior in Athens, now you're going to move him down the street with money. I think they made a good move.
Makes sense to me.
If you can't control your behavior as a collegiate broke, now I'm going to make you rich and not put you in a bigger platform. I don't think so, Slim.
He was a national champion. Doc. You know, he had more money in his pocket than
that whole defensive line wasn't about worth a darn late in the year. They were nothing as far as all the hype that they got. They drafted him, they traded in to get the other guy. That defensive line severely underproduced. I think they were down. Yeah, this year for sure.
Yeah, that's why everybody got.
It was a record-setting year last year.
Yeah,
but that's when you gel. That's when you got guys already professionals. You know, guys that are working together. Different coordinators.
Well, the thing the Eagles showed us all, we don't talk enough about assistant coaches and coordinators,
right?
Unless they're winning or something. The Eagles lost 2 men that clearly were the best 2 men in their whole program.
Right.
All right. They will hold their coach as a stick man, just like here. If your head coach is terrible, if you get greatest coordinator, they can hold him up. He can be a stick dog. It don't matter because they're coaching the players. They're interacting with the players. But if you lose the glue, then you got a skeleton, or like we had a mortician walking around. You are lost. And people go, why are we flat? Hell, he looks like he's barely alive. What do you mean, why are they flat? You got to have somebody getting in your behind from the moment you walk in that facility till the moment you leave. Because you got money and free time. And you're young. You just can't let people. They got people here. They kill the girl in the car. You got all that speed racing. That's no fear factor. They ain't no thug intimidating. You got somebody to go, man. I ain't messing with that boy crazy. I'm going to go on in, man. Now I'm going to go back to the dorm. You got to have a fool in your program. And if you don't, they're going to try you. NIL now? We came from the broke generation. Everybody, we pooling together to get beer and pizza. Now, man, they call them DoorDash. They got people delivering stuff. Man, you got to be, if you soft now, you will not survive. If you're in a position of authority and you a lollipop, you're done. You're done.
Look at in-season Hard Knocks the last couple of years. Just go back to Hard Knocks the last couple of years. Go to the Christmas episodes. Look at the gifts that they giving each other. Scooters, right? I think this year Tua gave
I missed Cardinals. I just couldn't do it.
Man,
I can't watch it. What the hell am I watching Cardinals? They in last
quarterback's room.
But I did watch Miami. Miami had a nice culture, and they had real smart people because it's a Shanahan tree. Kids good, but they got hurt.
Yep.
It shows you how good the Ravens are. They lost. They lose people, and they went down the toilet. Ravens lose 4, 5, 6 people, still thumping.
Yep.
That means their assistant coaches, grad assistants, everybody in their program is balling out.
Yeah.
So they're making sure you get better. They're developing. Just like when freshmen go to college and play as freshmen, there's some assistant and GAs that are unbelievable because they stay on top. They keep them going. They don't let them sway. You go like place like, and I'm messing with Georgia, but 29 straight wins, that's focus.
Yeah.
29. You can't make that up. And they had a big graduating class and still came out. That's impressive. Sustained success. It's hard. Everywhere they go, everybody, all that stuff. And to keep that in touch, they coach. You never hear him talk about the NFL ever.
Yeah.
Never hear Smart's name mentioned. He ain't leaving that. Ain't no way in the world he leaving that. No way would I leave Georgia. See what happened with Nick? Everybody talking about Alabama. No, it wasn't Alabama. It's Nick. And the moment Nick left, they leaving. What happened to Alabama? Man, they don't give a damn about Alabama. It was Nick. They run out there like roaches with raid. Gone.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Me and Sam been talking about it. Okay, Doc, let's get to the final game. We had the Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. We had two good quarterbacks going back and forth with each other. Seems like the defenses could not stop the other one. And finally, we wound up with wide right, in the words of Gene. Wide damn right.
Now let me say this real quick, Pick.
Yeah.
Doc is right with the NIL. A lot of these young men are making business decisions for their initial career where they want to go, despite the fact they may or may not be getting developed to make it to the next level. NIL is what it is. It's like people not gonna like it, but it's free agency for college players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing they're trying to do now is stop the tampering, to where they're trying to get other kids from the school or coaches are trying to talk to these kids who are thinking about leaving already, because because there's been some tampering, and that's what the problem is.
It's going to be tampering. But what about all the years they kept the money? The NCAA got what they deserve.
Yep.
True.
They've been stealing all that money, giving you pennies on a scholarship, and they building fortresses, built planes, resorts. You'll never know how much. No, you will know, because look how much they putting out there now. All that now they got to regulate it. Now, why don't you act like you're a university and actually lead by setting up systems and programs, putting a deferral program in it? So yes, Slim, you get this money, and based on your attendance or your academic achievements, we'll drop a little more in your account. In the meantime, the rest of it's in the savings in your name that you get when you bring that diploma over. See, we could do. How hard is that to incentivize it from a university standpoint about teaching them economics while they're doing it? Yeah, you're gonna be in NIL, but all of y'all in that Econ 1, everybody's in it.
Yeah.
It's mandatory. And take the time with it. You can't flunk. There's nothing you can do wrong. We're not even exposing it, because them fat rats in the NCAA, they was bank robbers. You talking about a heist, and now they're acting like they're behind. Won't you be what you were supposed to be, an administrator? Yeah. Figure it out, build a program, and so we can tweak it. I don't have the answer, but you got to start somewhere. Then tweak it, and maybe 5 years down the road, we'll get it right, and then pay everybody. So the league, the team, gets some money. I'm gonna pay the quarterback driving a Maybach and the offensive lineman they Ubering? That's crazy. Crazy. They got to do that by positions or doing something to where they can incentivize the positions and the whole 9 yards. And then the facilities, the upgrades, there's got to be a way to figure it out. And guess what? They can't.
They don't want to, Doc. They don't want to.
I just heard Ohio State put $33 million in NIL.
Crazy.
And LeVar Arrington put that out. I read it on X.
Hey, that means that they about to get them a Big Ten championship. Michigan.
Where everybody going? When they leave Alabama, where they going?
Ohio State. All right, Doc. We got to get your prediction for this week's games. The Kansas City Chiefs and Baltimore Ravens. Who you got?
I'm just saying, don't y'all bet on me, because I don't give a damn. All right, don't people do that wager and they actually study, and I'm not doing none of that.
Right. Yo,
I like the Ravens to win the whole damn thing.
All right.
Now, who they beat will end up being probably the Lions. If Debo don't play, the Niners have to be intact for me to take them.
Yeah.
Based on how I saw them play against Green Bay, who should have tapped that tail, it would not surprise me at all if the Lions are playing the Ravens.
So your Super Bowl teams are the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens, and you got the Ravens winning it all.
Yeah, what the hell? Why not?
Why not?
It don't matter. I just don't want people wagering to listen to me.
Oh, no,
Doc, these people be listening to shows. Man, Doc said, no. Don't put it on me, because I don't do that, because I have not seen and put the time in to where I'm going to make you lose money and you be mad at me. Talking about I said, no, Slim, I don't do predictions. Because half the people do them ain't got a damn idea what the hell's going to happen whatsoever.
No.
They just following the leader. I'm man enough to tell you I have no idea. I can tell you who I hope wins. I hope the Ravens win the whole damn thing.
Right.
Because what happened to that man last year, the whole people, if everybody know what was going down, it was a sin.
Yeah. Well, Doc, we thank you for your time. We really, really do appreciate you stepping in for Denton.
Hey, man, I fill in. You know, like I say, Runner Jerk, 1-800 Runner Jerk. Somebody can't make the show, holler at me. You know, I'll
call in the righty. Hey, Doc's first love was baseball. Give me the righty. Just send them on there. Thank you, Doc. We appreciate it.
Hang in there, man. Look, after the Super Bowl, y'all be preseason #1. You'll be the favorite. Where's Super Bowl at next year? No, seriously, he looked depressed.
I think it's in. You
don't want to tell me why I'm really looking like this, but here's the thing. In all seriousness, I really don't ascribe to this garbage of a franchise that has put out football for the past 27 years. I respect the ones like the Ravens, like even the Eagles, who can rebuild a franchise and still come back and win something. Okay. I've never attested to be this Cowboys fan who's not realistic. I'll rib whoever I rib at the time because it's fun, but I know a loser when I see one. That's what I told Pick when we were watching the live show. I don't got time for this. You ain't gonna run my blood pressure up watching that rain Dakota Prescott. We're gonna think he's gonna lead us to the promised land. I'm good. So no, I'm fine. I promise you.
If y'all trade him,
I had
but
no emotion.
It's no fun. It's no fun to have an intelligent Cowboy fan. You just broke the whole mold. It's no fun. Y'all are supposed to be borderline lunatics. You're supposed to be influenced by everything that shines and sparkles. You, my man, you real. I appreciate that. But it's no fun. It's no get Clay. When y'all gonna get Clay on?
We're gonna have to get Clay on here soon. Listen, Doc, I told him, I said, if they mess around and trade Dak Prescott, they'll have the first pick in the draft immediately. They will have the first pick in the draft.
You know what? For any other team, he'd be perfect. It's just not there.
Yeah.
Because there.
For that quarterback up in Chicago.
Hey, you still gonna wind up with the first pick in the draft.
Wait, you going in and out, Ant?
No, Ant, you own something.
Oh, that kid up there is a winner. That's what I do know.
No question about it.
That kid's a winner.
Body. It's just like the same thing in Philly. I love both them kids, but can you do that and stay healthy? That's the problem. This thing, like I like Daniels out of LSU. I like the closest thing to Lamar. They ain't number one Lamar, but if you got me somebody close to Lamar, I got to look at it because there's no equal for a dude that can kill you in a second like that with his arm and his legs. Everybody else is limited. He's the only guy. And I like the kid in Buffalo. Finally got a running game. But you ran up against the GOAT.
All right.
Where would everybody be without if MJ had retired 5 years earlier? Be all kind of champions.
Chuck would have had a ring.
GOAT.
Yeah.
That's why he's a GOAT. All right, Slim.
Thank you. We appreciate it, Doc. That's Doc Walker. You can catch him every Tuesday with the Rooster on the Team 980. You can catch him Monday mornings with the Junkies. Or is it Tuesday mornings? Monday mornings. Monday mornings with the Junkies.
You got to wait on the bat signal. You never know when I'm on. I'm like the cleanup service. We come in and clean up buildings and stuff. You never know what building we're cleaning up. But I'll let you know. That's the one good thing I can say about social media. It does have a purpose.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a want ad. You can at least stay in contact, tell people what you got going.
Yeah.
If you're not following me on X, then you don't deserve to know.
There you go.
I'm out.
There you go. Thank you, Doc. We appreciate it. That's the one and only Doc Walker. Make sure you get on his X. Hold on. Doc still talking. What did you say, Doc?
Be careful.
Yes.
Be careful. I don't trust none of them. All right. When it comes to you, I'm just telling you.
Really, Doc? You don't trust none of us?
None of them when it comes to Lady A.
We're not letting it go. We're not coming to lose.
You know she run this whole thing, Doc. You know she run this whole thing.
That's the only reason it's still on. Yeah.
And he left.
He left. He mic dropped on us. Okay. Let's play a game real fast, okay?
A game?
Yeah, we're going to play a game real fast. Y'all too. Everybody that's watching, we're going to play a game. All right? We're going to call Rank 'em. We're going to call it Rank 'em. All right?
Rank 'em?
4.
Okay.
Rank 'em. Okay? I want your 4 quarterbacks that are remaining in the NFL playoffs in the championship rounds. I need you to rank them 4 through 1. All right? So it's called Rank 'em. All right? So I'm going to start this off, okay?
Okay.
My fourth quarterback is Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy is nothing but a winner, right?
Okay.
But he hasn't been to a Super Bowl yet.
Okay.
So Brock Purdy is number 4 for me. My number 3 quarterback is from Detroit, Goff. Goff has been to a Super Bowl. Goff has climbed a mountain, and he's probably a Deebo Samuels away from going to his second Super Bowl. My second quarterback in climbing is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is my second quarterback, right on the heels of Patrick Mahomes. But to beat a man, you have to beat the man. One Ric Flair said that. So Patrick Mahomes is my number one right there. So and we're ranking them. We're ranking the quarterbacks. So Dump Truck Don is giving us his, and I'm thinking this is from
that's the same thing you said.
Yeah, Purdy, Goff, Lamar, and Mahomes, and then Mahomes, Jackson, Goff, Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my game in this was really to see if anybody had anything different. And we'll get you after Lady A and say it. All right. So Lady A, rank them.
So I'm gonna switch it up because I just heard 3 different people say the same thing. I'm gonna put Goff at the bottom. Then I'll put
Lady A. Enough.
What'd you say, Aunt? What happened? Goff is number 4. And then we have Purdy. And the first 2, you're right, Pick. They are very close. And I understand that one has a championship and the other one doesn't. So that's your deciding factor. My deciding factor is the ability to run.
Okay.
So I'm going to put Mahomes as number 2, Jackson number 1.
Okay. She's going with the dual threat over a cannon for an arm.
I mean, Jackson was hurt last year, right?
He was hurt last year.
One arm as well.
He got a flick of the wrist.
He just don't have, that ain't all he got. He can run.
That's what I'm saying. He can 100 yards run.
Okay, Sid, you ready?
Joe. I'm going with I think I'm going with Mahomes first, and then Lamar. But those two can be interchangeable. I like the way Lamar is playing, and I like the way Mahomes is playing, especially with the way the wide receiver was struggling early in the year. Mahomes got him going now. But I'm going to go Mahomes, Lamar, Purdy, and then Goff. I don't trust Goff at all. I trust Purdy more than I trust Goff.
Exactly.
It is what it is. He's just like Baker Mayfield. We've seen that show.
Man, they say Baker the
and I ain't no
fan.
But I respect what he's done.
Who, Goff?
Baker Mayfield. All right, Aunt.
You keep going in and out, Aunt.
I'm not sure. You may have to type yours in, Aunt. But if you could go ahead, give it to us. You're real low.
No, it's not low. It didn't make a sound.
Oh, okay. Now he's muted.
Okay, here we go.
We hear you.
So, I think you got to look at the totality of now. Who cares what Mahomes has done in the past? Okay, Lamar Jackson is about to be the MVP, and it's clear why. So you have to go off of right now. That's the problem with a lot of these in any sport. You give, Jokers probably should have won the last 4 MVPs, but we want to start trying to differentiate, and because of what we've known these guys to be, who cares about what they could be? I'm calling it right now. There's no way Mahomes gets to make it out of this playoffs alive. All right, the Ravens are going to do what they do. With that being said, give me Jackson, then give me Mahomes, because he did go get him a playoff win on the road. The Bills are pretenders. Let's just call it what it is. The Bills are pretenders. They are not the real deal, Holyfield. They the Bills we've always known them to be. Then I got to go with Goff. Goff has found a way to resurge itself. I'm not hating on him for no reason. That franchise has been decrepit as long as we've known it, and he's sturdied that ship, found a way to get a comeback win. I'm giving him respect. Purdy, listen now, we've seen this song and dance before. Listen, I danced with that girl. She smelled funny, smelled like fish.
What?
Fine. So I'm good on Purdy. I think he's last, but we got to stop hating on Lamar. He's going to be 2-time MVP, could possibly have him a championship. He is who he is, man.
I'm with it.
I don't care about the flash or who Mahomes like. I don't care for the narrative of they know how to turn on when the playoffs come. Stop it, okay? Just go be great because you're great. And because I tell you what, Tom Brady always found a way to dominate. Period. He did. So for people to say whatever they want to say, he found a way to continue to dominate his division, and he never made it look close. So,
yeah.
All right, got you. All right, say it.
Say it is what is saying laughing at?
Oh,
I don't know what saying laughing at.
You call my name. I was about to eat a cookie when you called my name while I started laughing. Go ahead.
All right, say it. We're about to give our next little game that we're about to do here. This shouldn't take that long. We're gonna give our first thoughts. Our official picks will be Saturday, but we're gonna give our first thoughts on this. So you want to bring up some graphics before we get going?
He go talking about some graphics. I knew the
bring up the graphics.
Just tell us to give you an update of what happened last week. I could have did that.
Okay, we need graphics from 2 weeks ago too.
Oh my God.
Hey, said don't swear the broke clock once a day.
No, you didn't delete it. You put it in the wrong spot.
Why you sound like George?
Oh, no, I didn't. No, it didn't because of the background. It's in the background.
Okay.
With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up because I noticed what he's waiting on. Let's let it run.
Let's do it.
Oh, look at that.
On fire.
Look at that.
Just for those who see the first time, I'm gonna give you one more run.
Give it again. I'm on fire.
Look at Sid with the visuals.
I'm on fire. Hey, graphics department doing their thing. I really do like the graphics department thing. We might keep the graphics department around one more.
Somebody learned them something.
If it's the same Negro, he's still fired. Oh. Hey, if we go, hey, every bell-shaped curve gonna reduce to the mean. That means he gonna be right at this one time, and then the rest of it is gonna be garbage as usual. So that's
2 weeks in a row there, son. That's 2 weeks in a row. That's 2 weeks in a row of being undefeated.
Imagine how many weeks we had to sit through all these mistakes.
I got to. He did it. He's 10-0. A lot of people are not 10-0 in the playoffs. That's why I went ahead and redid it, chopped and spinned it, rolled around a little bit. I couldn't get my audio to work because I had some audio to run in the background as well. I couldn't get my audio to work. So sorry. I had a little audio running in the back there, but I couldn't get the audio to work.
Don't worry, we'll get that fixed before Saturday.
We'll get 10-0. There's a lot of people not 10-0 in these playoffs right now. These games were close and they could have went anyway. I'm gonna give it to him. Hats off to your pick. Great job. As long as you don't do it in the regular season, really don't care.
Okay, anyway, because the most important graphic is that belt, right? That belt. I got you. All right, listen. So, all right, let's go with the first game. We got Kansas City traveling to Baltimore. We got Kansas City at +3.5 at -110. Their money line is +163. The Baltimore Ravens are -3.5 at -110. Their money line is -200. The over/under is only set at 44.5. 107 for the over, 114 for the under. All right. So, Ant, this is just a first impression. Like, just who you got?
I already said it. Baltimore.
All right. So my first impression of this game right here is Baltimore's defense. They showed me something in the second half of that game, and I too am going with Baltimore. Just first impressions.
Let me go back though. Hold on, Pick. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Shocked. I just really want to reiterate once again. They made the trade with Chicago. Gave away picks. Got Roquan, right? Anchored that defense. Who was that they ended up letting go of that they could have kept? And I can't remember who it was.
Clowney?
For Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I knew it was somebody.
But that's not even the person. That's not even the person that has that defense going right now. The person that has that defense going right now is Patrick Queen, covering every tight end.
He's not
for sure.
it's not. It's Roquan Smith.
No.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Listen. Let me tell you, Peg. Let me tell you. Wait a minute. Let me tell you. The reason Patrick McQueen is in place to make those plays is because Roquan Smith is adjusting that defense on the fly. He is the defensive quarterback for that defense.
Yeah.
And they will tell you the defense changed completely once he came from Chicago. All of them will tell you that.
Okay.
Last game he had 5 tackles, 2 assists.
Let's go, Lady A. Who you got?
So this game, I really feel like it's going to be extremely tough. This is, to me, as far as the game is concerned, is the Super Bowl. I mean, it's literally the 2 best teams, the 1 and 2. It's the Super Bowl. So with that said, I am leaning towards the Ravens. Of course, down to the wire, like who's healthy, stuff like that is going to come up as we get closer to the game. But I'm leaning towards the Ravens on this one. But it's definitely going to be a good game.
It definitely is. Say it. Get that cookie out.
I think it's going to be a good game. I believe that B-More may be the better team. Lady, can I get a weather update?
You said the weather?
Weather update.
Let me give you the weather.
That's Saturday, man. That's Saturday. We just hear
I can get an early weather update. I just want to have an idea.
Well, you don't want to give first impression.
Some people can't play in the cold weather. They say they can, but they really can't. I mean,
both of these cold weather.
Someone need that warm. They need that warm pool to make it to. They gotta make it around.
Right, because the weather may change.
Warm warm pool with cookie in your mouth.
I like to have
as of right now, for Baltimore, Sunday's weather is 47 degrees, precipitation 35%, humidity 76%, and wind is 16 miles per hour.
For the win.
Listen, at the end of the day, like you said, both of these are cold weather teams.
Yeah.
Historically, Kansas City's defense hasn't been great, but they're able to turn on in the playoffs. But I think, man, I just think Baltimore, man, shout out to them. The other thing I was gonna say is also not signing Lamar and then signing Lamar. They did a bunch of different things to make it all come together that I didn't expect for them to be here.
He froze. But why he froze? Let me go ahead and jump in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about Kansas City defense, man. Historic. But the Kansas City defense this year is ranked number 6.
They ranked number 2
in the league.
Baltimore's ranked number 1.
No, I would have froze.
I know Baltimore ranked number 1, but I'm saying that Kansas City defense, which is normally not very good. I mean, talking about the high 20s, are ranked number 6 this year. Let's take into account about that now. The thing about this game is whether or not Jones will be well enough to play this game. He looked like he was hurt last week. He played like he was hurt last week, and they end up taking him off the field. They're going to need his pass rushing specialty to put pressure on Lamar to make him move up into the pocket and not try to bounce out of it.
Cool. Yep. Last one. We got the Detroit Lions traveling west to take on the San Francisco 49ers. All right, and who you got? Oh, wait. Detroit is +7 at -120. Their money line is +250. Their San Francisco 49ers are -7 at -104. Their money line is -315. The over/under is set at 51. 107 for the over, 114 for the under. And who you got?
I hate San Francisco. I'll be honest. I hate them. I think they're overcooked at this point. They had a nice they were a nice Ichiban at first, and now they just a regular ramen noodle. Give me Detroit, man. I really, let's just go ahead and ride this. Let's go from mediocre to the best in the NFC. Why not? Just further slap the Cowboys upside their stupid face What'd you say?
Really regular ramen noodle, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went the regular ramen. They was some Ichiban. You know, them some good types of quality noodles right there.
I'm just saying, man. Don't. You keep bringing up them noodles like that. We might have to call them for a sponsorship. For real. We might have to call them for a sponsorship. Okay. Listen. As far as this one go, right now, I'm just going to assume that Debo's playing, and you saw the difference when Debo went out in that offense. Yeah. But they still had to go back and lean on Christian McCaffrey. The thing that has me wondering about Detroit is they were not able to handle Tampa's run game last week. And if you show that you can't handle Tampa's run game, what do you think San Francisco 49ers are going to do to you? They're going to hand the ball to Christian McCaffrey until he gets hurt. And they'll run their way to the Super Bowl. So give me the 49ers early right now, Lady A.
So in reference to these two teams, I mean, I do feel like this is going to be a good game. Not as great as the other game earlier in the day, but I do think this is going to be a good game. It's probably even going to be close. And believe it or not, I'm only making my choice because it's the home team. I'm going with the 49ers at home in the conference championship.
Got you. Say it.
Detroit is not playing at home. Golf has struggled a little bit. Can he stay away from the major picks to put the defense in trouble? San Francisco does have the defense to give Jared Goff them problems.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the home team. Y'all know. I'm not a Shanahan fan.
Yeah.
So you got both home teams winning. Said you got both home teams winning.
I'm gonna take both home teams. I
got both home teams winning
this year.
Ant got a road win, and Lady A would never pick a road win when Detroit is on the road. So she has both home teams winning.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So that's just our first look. You'll get our official picks as we do more of our homework on Saturday. Say it. Did we cover everything? Okay, great.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
You can see your eyes moving.
Here you go. Yes.
Here we go. Yes. Yes. Watched Coming to America 2 again yesterday. So yes. All right. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First year. Wait, stop it. We have to thank our guest, Doc Walker. We have Denton Day coming on next week, on next Tuesday. So that is the week in between any football. So you guys need to really look and start getting your college football questions together, what players you watched and what do you think they'll be in the NFL, because Denton Day actually got called in tonight for his XM radio gig, and that's why he couldn't be here today. That's why we had to call in Doc. So thank you, Doc. We got Denton next Tuesday. We really appreciate Doc stepping in, and Denton, we got you. We'll bombard you guys with more college football questions and players and draft situations like that. So get ready. Shout out to everybody watching. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, leave comments. We really do appreciate those. If you leave a comment after the show, I'll get back to you and reply to those as well. Thank you for all the support for Lady A, Ant, and Said. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell them, Said.
Go Dogs.
Said blood sugar low.
Dogs. Blood sugar is low. Hail.
Ready for your beats? All right, the person.